weeks ago, pro stock driver Jerry Ekman came to the Winter Nationals in Pomona, California with experience at winning the season opener. He cut through a field with names like Warren Johnson, Bob Glidden, and Larry Morgan to take his second win on the Pomona asphalt. Cinderella story only begins to describe the 92 debut of funny car rookie Jim Epler. With help from former Don Prudhomme crew chief Mike Glover, Epler flat out ran defending Winston champion John Force in Force's own backyard. Truly one of drag racing's great moments. Top Fuel ace Kenny Bernstein won 6 national events in 1991, wrenched by longtime crew chief Dale Armstrong. Kenny may just be 1992's man to beat, judging by his cat-like reflexes and 4-second runs at Pomona. All of that culminated in a victory over Jim Head. All 3 men came to Firebird International Raceway in Phoenix, Arizona in hopes of repeat performances. TNN Motorsports proudly presents this special presentation of American Sports Cavalcade. Live coverage of the final round professional competition from the NHRA Motorcraft Ford Nationals. Hello everyone, I'm Steve Evans. On a dusty, blustery day in the Phoenix desert, we're making a little bit of history. This is the first time final round competition of the pros from the National Hot Rod Association has ever been seen on national television, and we're proud to have it on TNN. We'll have all 3 professional categories: Pro Stock, Top Fuel, and Funny Car. First, let me set the Pro Stock combatants for you. They are, in the final round, Jerry Ekman up against Don Beverly. Now, in round number 1, Ekman defeated Kenny Delco. Actually, Delco red light, a little bit afraid of Jerry Ekman. He then beat Frank Iaconio. Iaconio also red lighted. Then he had to outrun Warren Johnson, who almost lost control. Now, as far as Don Beverly is concerned, that's an Oldsmobile car. In round number 1, he just barely beat chassis builder Jerry Haas in a very good race. Round 2, it was a whole shot on Larry Morgan. That was one tough competitor. And in round number 3, he beat Jim Yates, who was runner-up at the Winter Nationals. So both of these guys have truly earned their way into the Pro Stock final round. Now, for Top Fuel, let's go to Brock Yates, and he'll tell us how they got to the final round. And believe me, it was a tussle. Brocker?
I'll tell you what, Steve, this late in the afternoon at a drag race, it could be called, this pit area could be called the Boulevard of Broken Dreams, especially among the Top Fuel guys. We've had some big name casualties. Kenny Bernstein, Joe Amato, Ed McCulloch, Don Prudhomme. They're all gone, and we've got 2 young lions in the Top Fuel finals, Pat Austin and Doug Herbert. Pat Austin got by Kenny Bernstein, then he got by Jim Head, and then he got by Michael Brotherton, who ran a 4.99. Jim Head survived throwing a tire in round number 1, came back, made a gallant try, couldn't make it work. Doug Herbert put away Joe Amato, who smoked his tires, then got by the veteran Gene Snow. So these 2 young men, very difficult to call a winner. I can't tell you a thing. It's going to be a great drag race. Same for funny cars. And for more on that, let's go to my pal, Big Daddy Don Garlitz.
Well, Brock, the funny car race is shaping up to be a good one. It's going to be the old pro, Tom Hoover, with lane choice against a young challenger, Richard Hartman. Now, let me tell you how these 2 gentlemen got to this final. Tom Hoover upset John Force with a fine 532. Then he disposed of Johnny West with a 534. Earlier, he had a 526 for low ET of the entire day. Richard Hartman, on the other hand, has not run all that well. He only mustered a 563 against Bazemore and then a 585 against a tire-smoking Densham. So you would think, what chance has he got against the old pro Hoover? Well, I'll tell you what chance he's got. There has been more things happen to these pros out here today than you could shake a stick at, and I wouldn't bet 5 cents on either one of them. It's an even-up race in my book. Okay, Steve.
Thank you, Brock. Thank you, Don. The fans are on their feet. As you can tell, our guys are plenty excited, yours truly included. Pro Stock will be up first when we return to the Motorcraft Ford Nationals here in Phoenix, Arizona.
This special presentation of American Sports Cavalcade is being brought to you by Valvoline. People who know use Valvoline. And by Ford Motorcraft. Get the peace of mind of doing it right with the right parts. Motorcraft quality parts.
Well, there you see the yellow Pontiac of Jerry Ekman. He's strapped in that car, getting psyched up to meet the Oldsmobile of Don Beverly. The Pro Stock final round coming up here on TNN when we return. Stay with us. It's going to be a beauty. Welcome back, everyone, to the Motorcraft Ford Nationals in Phoenix, Arizona. This record crowd, well, they are on their feet in anticipation of the Pro Stock final round. There you see the white Oldsmobile of Don Beverly. He will be up against low qualifier, national record holder, the man who won the Winter Nationals 3 weeks ago, Jerry Ekman. Earlier, I had a chance to talk to both drivers as to how they saw this all-important race. Here's what they said. What's going through your mind as you get ready to race your opponent?
Not a lot. I know they're down there changing engines, and I'm just not going to worry about what they're doing. I got to worry about what we're doing. We're getting our car prepared, and it's been working good all day, and that's all I'm going to go in with that thought in my mind that my car is prepared well.
You know it, I know it. You're a definite underdog. What do you do against Jerry Ekman?
Well, I tell you what, we're trying to add a little more horsepower here right now. Jerry's got a little bit of advantage on us, and these guys are working, putting us in a little more power, and try to do my job and try to win us a race. That's all we're going to do.
All right, that is the automobile of Don Beverly, Steve, and that is a team car of Warren Johnson, and there's revenge in their hearts because this man, Jerry Ekman, blew away the boss, Warren Johnson, in the semifinals. So Jerry Ekman comes in here, as you said earlier, holding the national record at 7:17 ET. He ran a 7:20 for low qualifier. Don Beverly, very much an underdog to this man as Jerry Ekman completes his burnout here. There goes Don Beverly. Let's go to Big Dan and John Garlis for some final thoughts before this race starts.
Well, I can tell you something, Brock. Don Beverly is taking no chances. They have borrowed Warren Johnson's engine. The entire Warren Johnson crew is up here with eyes on the strip. It's going to be a good one.
Absolutely, as I said, that white 92 Oldsmobile Cutlass out of the Warren Johnson stable. They're looking for revenge against the 91 Trans Am of Jerry Ekman, who's on a roll, right, Steve Evans? He's looking for a win number 2 right in a row.
Absolutely, Brock. For people who may not be all that familiar with the Pro Stock automobiles, it's the closest thing to a street car you'll find in the professional categories. They're 2,350 pounds, 4- and 5-speed transmissions. They run on pumped gasoline, big 500 cubic inch engines. All in all, they're maybe the toughest car in all of drag racing to drive with their short wheelbases. Ekman in the near lane, he's a big favorite. But Big Daddy mentioned the new motor, the Warren Johnson engine in the Beverly car. That could be the equalizer. Let's watch and see. As they bump into the staging lights, you'll see a flash of yellow, then the green, and the race is on. The man who leads the starting line first, well, that's called a hole shot, and they'll both be looking for it. The RPMs come up. Watch the noses of those cars. See if you can tell. It looked like a brilliant start to me. Beverly out in front until he loses a bit of traction. Ekman surges forward. Jerry Ekman has won here in Arizona at a 7:26. Bill Orndorff, the car owner, and the crew celebrating a magnificent win. Brock?
Terrific race. I'll tell you what. Let's have another look at this. Ekman just squeezed the light. Reaction time almost equal, a 4:38 to a 4:89. But I'll tell you what, Don Beverly was in this race all the way until just about half track. There you see it. In fact, he almost had a little bit of a lead there. He starts to get sideways, corrects a little bit, but the car is still loose. And there is where he lost the race to Jerry Ekman. So Jerry Ekman goes on to his second consecutive victory. Let's go to Big Daddy Don Garlis.
I'm on the line here with Bill Orndorff, and he is one happy camper. 7:26. You kept that thing running good all day long, Bill.
I tell you, I'm pretty proud. I'm proud of Jerry. I'm proud of my team, and I'm just tickled pink. I've got my sister and my niece here from California, and it's just pretty special.
Well, that's 2 in a row.
Yep, and we're planning on some more. Thank you very much, Don.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Brock?
I'll tell you what, the way that thing's running right now, Big Daddy, he's going to get some more. Let's go to Steve with the winner.
Jerry Ekman, tell us about that race. I think you saw that white car.
Yeah, I saw that white car all the way through low gear. He was out on me, and these guys have been taking shots at me, and you know, that's what happens when you're running well. And I knew one of them was bound to get lucky, and he got out on me pretty good. But this Pennzoil Pontiac with Stratford Motor Products helping out really put it on in the middle of the track, and I'm so thrilled to be here at the finish line as a winner.
2 wins in a row and a big lead in the Winston points.
Yeah, that's great, and I got to give credit to my crew.
Okay, let's go back up to Brock Yates.
Oh, Steve, we got a great start to an afternoon of racing here at Firebird International Raceway. We'll be back for more NHRA Motorcraft Ford Nationals with Top Fuel. Stick around. We'll be right back.